What is up, guys? It is Jacob from Quad Hunting here, and today we're going to tackle quite a few different things, all pertaining to WWE. Number one, there's going to be another live stream this Sunday for the pay-per-view for Battleground, like we did at Money in the Bank. Just to clear everything up, this is not I'm not going to be streaming the pay-per-view since I don't have the rights to show all the images and the videos and stuff like that, and it's illegal for me to do that. So we are going to, what it is you're supposed to be watching the pay-per-view at the same time, and then we can talk about it. That's what that is. So that's cleared up. Number two, tonight on SmackDown, the first live SmackDown, there's new era of SmackDown, if you will, they are doing the WWE Draft. Last night on Raw, we finally figured out who the general managers of both Raw and SmackDown are going to be. On Raw, you have Stephanie McMahon as the commissioner and Mick Foley as the general manager, which is kind of a weird mix, seeing as Foley's a babyface and McMahon is a heel. But it creates an interesting dynamic there, storylines and stuff. And then on SmackDown, we have Shane McMahon as the commissioner and Daniel Bryan as the general manager, which it kind of got leaked earlier in the week that Daniel Bryan was going to be the commissioner or the general manager. So it wasn't as big as a surprise as it could have been, but it was still nice to see Daniel Bryan back on TV after his untimely retirement. But so with that, we've learned also that there's going to be the Cruiserweight divisions coming back, and it's exclusive to Raw. So now the Cruiserweight Classic now has some value to it because you're starting to hear names from the Cruiserweight Classic. WWE's having interest. Some have already signed deals. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, because right now you have people like Neville and Kalisto, which would headline that division as of right now until some of these guys from the Cruiserweight Classic start coming in. So Cruiserweight is always those are always fun matches. If you think back to WCW and the Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, those Chris Benoit, those kind of matches, Chris Jericho even was there. So those matches usually opened the show to get the crowd excited. Well, and they were interrupted then by the NWO, and then that was part of what kind of killed WCW. But anyways, it's back. It's the first time since 2007. It's good because Hornswoggle will not be recognized as the last Cruiserweight champion. Awesome. Also, Raw has the first pick. And because Raw is a 3-hour show and SmackDown is a 2-hour show, for every 2 picks SmackDown gets in the draft, Raw will get 3. It's still determined how that's going to all work out, but that is how how the pick count will work out, like when they pick, who picks when. Like, is it going to be 2 picks Raw, 2 picks SmackDown, 1 pick Raw, and then flip that again? So, and then another rule that WWE put out is that the tag teams will count as 1 pick unless the commissioner/general manager specifically only wants 1 member of the team. So if they only want Cass or if they only want Big E, they don't have to draft the whole New Day to get them, or Enzo and Cass to get Cass. It's all just, you can pick and choose from the tag teams, or you can pick the entire tag team as 1 pick. Also, 6 picks will be made from NXT. So pretty much your locks right now are Balor, the American Alpha, maybe Bayley. She's booked on shows in the future, same as I think Balor is also, but Bayley is questionable. People have been wanting Bayley up for a while, but I don't know if it will happen or not. You could see the Revival maybe get called up. They have the belts right now, so that they might stay down until they drop the belts. People are questioning whether Samoa Joe is going to go, if Shinsuke Nakamura is going to go. We don't really know much. I expect Finn and American Alpha both to be drafted tonight. It is tonight. So people are saying it's wiping NXT out. Well, when you look at it, your champions will probably still be there. And you have all this new talent coming in through the Cruiserweight Classic if they sign them and they don't skip NXT to fill those gaps for a while. So it should be fine. It's not a raid of NXT. 6 is not that huge when you have as many talented people down there as it is. Plus, it's a developmental system. It's supposed to develop some of these people you haven't heard of yet or are transitioning from the indies to WWE. It's not meant to be this. It's a feeder system is pretty much what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this big brand that it's become. It's built, start off as a feeding system, and honestly, that's the way it should be looked at. I know it's entertaining. I love watching it. It's worth the $9.99 a month to get 4 episodes of NXT, one every week. But we need to remember that it is used for training and getting people ready to make the jump to Raw and SmackDown. That's just my 2 cents. So moving on from that. So the draft is tonight, but I'm not going to make any picks because I don't really know. I'm pretty positive Seth Rollins will go number 1. There is a title match tonight on SmackDown between Seth and Ambrose after the screwy finish on Raw, where Seth won, and then after Raw they announced Seth didn't win, that Ambrose actually kept it in a draw. So they're going to do a rematch, which I actually expect Rollins to walk away with the Raw heavyweight belt, or the heavyweight the WWE Championship is what they're calling it now. They've pretty much dropped the World Heavyweight part of it out. So Rollins walk away with the WWE Championship, and then be drafted to Raw with the first pick. And then they will build the show around him. And then I think Ambrose will be given a championship and will stay on, and then be drafted to SmackDown. That's my thoughts for now. I'm not going to predict much beyond that. I'll be surprised to see Roman Reigns go before either of those guys, being with him suspended and rumors of him being in McMahon's doghouse. So that's all I'm predicting. I don't know anything else beyond that much. So now moving into the Battleground predictions, because Battleground is this Sunday, and I have to make predictions on it. I just put these in no order. I'm just going to go through them as I have them on the list. But the main event is the Shield Triple Threat for the WWE Championship with Ambrose, who is champion now, but like I said, I expect Rollins to win it tonight on SmackDown and be the champion going into Battleground. Rollins and Roman Reigns returning from his suspension. I expect Rollins to walk out with it because Reigns has been rumored to be in McMahon's doghouse. I do not think they would put the belt back on him without a heel turn, and I don't see a heel turn coming. I think they're going to make him still try to do the prevailing babyface comes back and is going to fight all odds, even though that is not Roman Reigns' character. So, but I think Rollins will walk away with the championship, and maybe Roman will be drafted to Raw, and we'll see what Roman will have been drafted to Raw, and then they can continue a feud later on, leaving Ambrose on SmackDown for the time being. So Rollins walks away with the title, I think, at Battleground for sure. I think he walks in as champ, but for sure he will be walking out as champ if he doesn't walk in after SmackDown. Then we have New Day versus the Wyatt family, which is not for the titles. So, because it's not for the titles, the Wyatt family is going to win. It's obvious. They're being pushed right now. They're being rebuilt to be a better tag team, to be a better competitors, better competition. I don't know exactly how to put that, but they're trying to be pushed as a stronger force. That's what I meant. That's what I'm trying to say. So the Wyatt family's going to win. The tag belts aren't on the line. There's no reason for the New Day to win. It's stupid not to have the tag belts on the line, but it's how it is. Then we have, well, not then. Like I said, these are in no order. We also have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn as the end of their feud. It's not going to be the end. These two will fight forever. But because they're calling it the end of the feud, I'm seeing Kevin Owens being drafted to one brand and Zayn to be drafted to another brand, splitting them up again for the time being. I think it'll be Owens walking away. They need to have stronger heels on whatever brand that Owens puts in. So, like I said, I think it's going to be Owens. Then you have Cena with Enzo and Cass versus AJ Styles in the club. I think you're going to have Cena, Enzo, and Cass walk away with the win because I think if Cena and an AJ Styles are both going to get drafted to like SmackDown, and then they're going to be what they're going to build on towards the feud, to be the feud they build on to introduce the new championship, hopefully the big gold belt. I think it'll be those two that they try to build it off and give Cena the win now because you gave AJ a tainted win last month. Give Cena a win now in a tag team match. Maybe he pins Gallows or Anderson, but then you have AJ and Cena go one-on-one with no teams involved. The club should be split from AJ after the draft. Club should be on one show, AJ should be on the other, and then AJ and Cena go at it one-on-one with AJ walking out with the new championship. That's if Ambrose doesn't have it. Then you have Sasha Banks with an unnamed partner going up against Charlotte and Dana Brooks. This could be a time to introduce Bayley, maybe, but I think it'll be someone like Naomi coming back, getting a face turn with Sasha. But I do think whoever the partner is, Sasha is gonna pick up the win by pinning Charlotte and getting her then in the title mix for SummerSlam. I hate tag matches with a champion involved on a pay-per-view. The champion should always be fighting. I mean, maybe we've gotten to adjusted to almost every championship being fought for on shows, but if the champion's there, the belt should be on the line, is my thought. So I hate these kind of matches. This is the same thing that happened at Money in the Bank, not Battleground. Battleground's coming up, and it really didn't lead anywhere. Gave you another story of Becky and Natalya now, but I'd rather seen the belt on the line in a fatal 4-way. You can still have that tension built after that. But then you have Darren Young versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Darren Young now have Bob Backlund in his corner. They've been rebuilding Darren Young. I could see him actually getting the belt, getting the win over The Miz. I think it'll be kind of one of those. It's not going to be like a knockout, drag-out fight. He's just barely going to win it by some almost shenanigans, but not heel shenanigans. It's going to be like he wins with a roll-up or he wins something like that, and he'll win the belt. But I think The Miz will get it back almost immediately again, and hopefully springboard on another competitor, because Darren Young bores me. Then you have Zack Ryder versus Rusev. This is easy. Rusev should win in a squash. This should just be a placeholder feud for Rusev to build on to bigger things. Maybe a feud with Cesaro. That'd be an awesome feud. But I don't have Ryder having any sort of chance in this match. I don't think it'll go over 10 minutes. I think it's going to be less than 5 minutes long. Then we have Natalya versus Becky to round out the card, as I believe right now. This is the matches I've found. I think Becky should win. Becky's the young upstart. This shouldn't be a long feud. Probably will be a long feud, and they'll blow it off at SummerSlam. Natalya could win if it's that way, but if it's just a 1-month feud, I have Becky picking up the win, hopefully. And then we also have a return with Randy Orton making his return on the highlight reel with Chris Jericho. He was supposed to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but now with Brock having tested positive on one of the drug tests for UFC, there's no word if he's going to be suspended yet, so that's all up in the air. It's a big blow to WWE if he is suspended, because he is one of their bigger stars, even if he doesn't really draw much anymore. But they need all hands on deck for SummerSlam. They're trying to build it like WrestleMania 2.0, trying to have it be another WrestleMania. The show's 4 hours long versus a standard pay-per-view being 3 hours long. So, I mean, it's a blow if Orton and Lesnar don't go at it, but everyone was predicting a squash match for Lesnar anyways. So, maybe they'll bring that up during the pay-per-view, and we can get some answers from Orton on the highlight reel about the next feud, if it's going to be with Lesnar. Who knows? But, that looks like the pay-per-view for right now. So I have Rollins, the Wyatts, Owens, Cena and Enzo and Cass, Sasha and her unnamed partner, Darren Young, Rusev, and Becky walking away as the winners. And then after the pay-per-view, I will go over this. And, so we will see you guys next time.